Hi everyone, Pam Gregory, astrologer. I'm going to be speaking to you today about the full moon that we have coming up in Aquarius on the 31st of July and also the first part of August. But just as background to this, we had some very strong energy going through July. In the first part of July, the sun was highlighting in a T-square, it was highlighting the Uranus-Pluto square that is about a lot of turbulence and change happening in the world and feelings of intensity. The sun was replaced mid-month by Mercury and also Mars, which began to energize that Uranus-Pluto square. So I think we saw this in the world very much with the Eurozone problems and the Greek crisis, but also people were feeling a lot of that intensity and change in their lives. And it's an evolutionary change because it breaks down the old to break us through to the new. So it has a very positive purpose too. And then on July 26th, I'm making this video before that, Uranus goes stationary retrograde. And we know that whenever a planet goes stationary, their symbolism is highlighted and magnified. So with Uranus on that day, the 26th, or a few days to either side, the symbolism that we've come to know well of sudden out-of-the-blue change, unexpected, unpredictable events, and also out-of-the-blue opportunities coming in may manifest round about that date. Also remember that Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so it's connected to superconscious perception. So sensitive people can really feel this. They can get a download of information very often, and it can shift your perception to a different level. So it can be really exciting and really wonderful. Then on the 31st of July, we have the full moon in Aquarius at 7:55 of Aquarius. And Aquarius, of course, is also ruled by Uranus. Now this happens at 3:42 a.m. Pacific and 11:42 a.m. UK time. People who will be likely to feel this most are anyone born between the 27th and the end of January or April, or the 29th of July through to the 2nd of August, or the 29th of October through to the 2nd of November. Now at a full moon, the sun and the moon are always opposite each other. So the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Aquarius. And this Leo-Aquarius combination is a wonderful one, because Leo is all about creativity and it's about heart energy, big-heartedness. Aquarius is about the collective. So this really is about finding a context, a collective context, a social context in which your light can shine. And Aquarius is the sign most associated with social media, but it actually goes way beyond that. It's about finding a tribe of like-minded people or a spiritual community in which you can let your creativity and your unique individuality truly blossom. And every time I do a birth chart, it's quite goosebumpy, because that birth chart will never be repeated in history ever again. It's completely unique to you. And that really says that you have a unique contribution to make to the world. And this is particularly what this full moon is about. Because if we pull back, if we don't have the confidence, we get nervous, then the world will never see what you could have offered it. So it's a really particularly good opportunity to do that. All the more so because for the first 2 weeks of the month, Jupiter is conjunct Venus. It's actually exact on the 4th and the 5th, but they come into conjunction right at the end of Leo. And this also is about, particularly because it's in Leo, it's about creativity, it's about generosity, but it's also about living from the heart chakra. It's very interesting that the Heart Math Institute in America have done a lot of work on understanding the heart, and they now know that the heart sends more information to the brain than the brain does to the heart. And the simple act of breathing in and out of our heart can actually significantly expand our electromagnetic field. So really literally helping our light to shine. Now, this is even more so because Venus is conjunct a fixed star called Regulus, right at the end of Leo. And Regulus was one of the original 4 royal stars of Persia. And it's about honour, it's about success, it's about standing tall and having the pride in that individuality, shining your unique light. Then, exact on the 6th, but it really runs for the first 10 days of August, exact on the 6th, Mercury joins that conjunction between Venus and Jupiter. So this is again about mental ideas, creativity in that sense, but those 3 planets are also squared by Saturn. So this is about not only having our ideas, having our wonderful creativity, but grounding it, making it manifest in the world, bringing it into manifestation in a very tangible way. All through August, we also have an aspect between Saturn and Pluto. It's a semi-square, and because Saturn and Pluto are in each other's signs, this is emphasised all the more. And this is really about simplifying. It's restructuring your life and focusing on the bare bones, the essentials, which really make you happy in life. And because Venus went retrograde on the 25th of July, still retrograde through August, that encourages us to go inwards and contemplate what our values really are. So having decided on our core values, this Uranus-Pluto aspect helps us to simplify down, to focus on those. And the more we can live our daily life in line with those values, the more our life will work, the more our life will flow. And then some big news in August is on the 11th of August, Jupiter moves from Leo into Virgo. And it stays there until the 9th of September next year. Jupiter stays in each sign for about a year. So this is very good news if you have an ascendant or a sun or a moon in the sign of Virgo, because the planet Jupiter is about wisdom and abundance and expansion. It's about personal growth. It can bring in a lot of opportunities when you have this aspecting your sun, your moon, your ascendant. So it will expand and develop the whole area that Virgo is about. And Virgo is very connected to health and healing in a natural sense. So I think we'll see even more emphasis on natural remedies, plant and herb medicine, essential oils, that sort of thing. I've seen already, as Jupiter gets close to this point, a lot of courses online to help you learn about plant and herb medicine and oils. But I think of Jupiter in Virgo almost as goddess energy. You know, I think of the ancient wisdom keepers of the earth, that the earth has all the wisdom we need in what it offers us to be able to heal ourselves from the produce of the earth. So it's very connected to nature. It's also linked to sustainability too. Another aspect of Jupiter in Virgo is to do with the tiny. It's the celebration of the tiny. And so I think we'll see greater understanding through the next year in the subatomic world, quantum physics, and also the development of nanotechnology. It's very interesting that when Uranus and Pluto were together, they were conjunct in Virgo in the 1960s, we had the development of the microchip. So we had a technological Uranus revolution, Pluto, of the small, Virgo. Very interesting. And I think we'll see a lot more developing in that technological area too, connected with the small. Another beautiful aspect of Jupiter in Virgo is really recognizing that we should have a spiritual, practical, daily practice. And this is about small daily acts of kindness to other people. And that perhaps those daily acts of kindness can become part of your important value system to which you align your life, because it's a really beautiful aspect of Jupiter in Virgo. So there's some very very wonderful aspects coming up around this full moon, really about celebrating your divine spark and standing tall and bringing your light to shine in its right context. So some questions you might ask yourself at this full moon. And remember, the full moon cycle is always a culmination. It's a cycle of completion, and it's very often the results of the effort we've put in. So questions you can ask yourself. How can you simplify your life? Down to those essentials. What have you been neglecting that's essential for your joy? That's the Leo side. And how can you best let your light shine in the world? It's a great opportunity to do that. So see where 8 degrees of Aquarius falls in your chart, because that will give you much more meaning to what I've been saying here today. If you don't know where 8 degrees of Aquarius falls in your chart, if you just check out the link appearing above me, the same link appears in the description below. If you click on that, that will take you to my store, where you can buy a 2-part video series, which once you've got your birth chart, and you can download those free online on many websites. Once you've got your birth chart, if you watch those videos, even if you know nothing about astrology, it will give much more meaning, very clearly, very simply, to you and your life, not just for this update, but for any update I do or any other astrologer does. It'll help you to actually pin it down to your life and how it will benefit you. So it's a very helpful thing to do, and you can use those 2 videos for the years to come. They're infinite. You can keep on referring back to them. If you'd like more information about my book, which is also in audio format, or you'd like to receive my free monthly newsletter, I put out about a 3,000-word newsletter at the end of each month, just check out my website, pamgregory.com, or www.thenextstep.uk.com. And thanks for listening.